Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on ChannelOne TV. Remember, it's still, the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are joining forces in trying to create awareness. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend. My name is Jude Duncan. Of course, I do this with Eno Safo. Just gone by What's Happening segment, where we brought to you all the big events happening in town this week. But now we turn our attention to a very important part of the show, where we try to give you some value really in making your spaces better, just for yourself and of course for those around you, and helping us delve into our next conversation on the need or around color and psychology and the role it plays in making our spaces better. As a real estate consultant and a certified marketing strategist, of course, I'm sure by now you know who I'm referring to, Samira Dede Saraji, as my guest. Samira, welcome.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it's funny. People say that when they listen to the show, Charlie, they set the standards too high. In some way, and you make people start questioning their life choices again.
There is something for everyone.
There's something for incredible.
I like that. There's something for everyone.
There has to be, because sometimes you watch the way Samira takes the level 2, then you're like, no.
But Samira, my budget's no.
There is something for everyone, like I say. And usually, whatever you have can afford you something. And then it's just about making the right choices to fit those particular spaces. It's not about the money,
sometimes
but it's important.
The taste and the pockets.
Did you hear that?
It's
not about the money, but it's important.
No. My only concern is that sometimes the taste and the budget, they don't meet. Like, if it's like you're drawing a graph, it's like one is here like this, and the other one is some way.
I'm glad today we are talking about colors, because with your taste and your budget, when you choose certain colors, depending on how affordable they are, can blend in your space to allow you to look like the very high-end person. So you just have to make the right choices in terms of what you want to do.
I like the way you always try to come back to the point that there's something for someone, for everyone really, in trying to find what's best suits you. But today we are looking at color psychology, right? And the role it plays in trying to make your space come alive, like the way you say it. Color psychology, it sounds very complex for those who are the uninitiated. What are we really referring to?
Okay. Let me explain from this perspective. Color is the effect of what you see when there is light. Psychology is the state of mind.
True.
Or how you process or how you behave as a human being. And then your home is where you find yourself, simply put, your space. So being able to have or see what reflects in your space whilst you are either thinking, sitting, watching at where you live helps. I heard you talk about mental health. This is a very significant point in looking at your mental health. You will not want to be in a space where you have your mind uncertain and you are looking at very loud colors. Loud colors elevates your mood. So if you are looking to be in a space where you would want to be a bit more calmer, where you would want to be thinking, you would want to be in a space that has very neutral, calm colors. If you are looking to be in a space where you would want to be active, you want your mood to be elevated, you are looking at a very busy, colorful area. Hence, you have children's play area, very colorful, to elevate their mood.
Okay.
Whilst you have your study, your prayer room, that other room in a very calm, natural color. So all of these things play on how you think, behave in your space, being your home.
Wow. So color essentially affects our mood.
Absolutely.
Okay, our emotions, everything.
Yes.
Right. I'm looking at this picture behind us. I'm thinking, what's going on? Is this a bedroom or?
Now we have a lot of things happening in this space. You cannot sleep.
This
you will not be able to be calm.
But
Dude,
so will you say even
colors.
for like even this is pink, so it's fine. So will you say even for like a 10-year-old girl, this is not appropriate?
Not at all.
It's too busy.
Yes. Well, let me be careful. We have choices. Everybody works with different things, but we are looking at the majority.
True.
So this is a bedroom. A 10-year-old, from 10 to say 50, you can't be relaxed in this state unless your mind functions in such a way that...
Tara, do you know where some people sleep?
I understand that.
I've been to a boys dormitory in Accra Academy before.
But so between the ages of 10 years and say 15, you cannot be calm or sleep in this space. There's supposed to be a bedroom where you are supposed to be able to close your eyes and sleep.
Yeah.
You'll be looking at too many things. You'll be talking about the different shades of color. Your mind will be playing with what you are seeing in your space. It wouldn't make you calm.
Yeah.
For bedrooms, you may want to be a little bit more calmer. This takes us to what colors you'd want to do in different places.
Right.
You have a lot of spaces in your home. You have the living area, you have the bedroom, you have the kitchen, you have the guest area, you have the TV area, you have the children play area. All of these things come together to make your home or your space work. You could either have different colors for these spaces, or you could have one color for all the spaces, and then infuse things like furniture to pop the space.
Okay.
All of these are all colors that you're infusing in your space. You could have a room that has everything white, but then you would see a throw pillow, which is probably a different color. It pops up the entire space. It helps. It helps with how you feel, because it's the psychology of how you are behaving or your posture at that particular point in time in relation to what you see. I come into your studio and I am elevated.
Actually,
The color works. It pops up. I can't come here and come and be quiet, calm.
black and red and some things. No, so
The butcher people will come after us. So look at this. This is the corner of your room.
Right.
It could either be your bedroom or your living area. You may want very neutral colors, but having that pop of color at the corner of your room makes it beautiful. So you could sit there to read a book. You could sit there to do that quick work. You could sit there to receive your phone call. You could sit there to have a me time, which is very important on our mental health. Because like you said, you can't go telling everybody what's happening to you if you are paranoid or you're not sure where that conversation is going to. But you could have a me time in your space that elevates your mood. And then in the next minutes, you are refreshed and you leave. All of this works on how we feel in our spaces.
you know, it's interesting because
Why has someone said
a friend of mine who is doing a watching right now, Stanky, right, from Accra Academy. Charlie, shout outs to you, bro. He's saying that it's not only the Butcher boys, Man United fans to apart. I didn't say that at all. Anyway, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. My next question to you was about the choice of color, really, and whether or not there are colors that are, for example, no go in spaces like your bedroom. So would you advise that maybe for this particular, you talked about loud and calm colors.
Right.
Will you say there are colors that are, no matter the circumstances, just don't have it pop out so much in your space in like a bedroom or something? Or
I like the latter. Don't let it pop up too much. I showed a pink living area. Somebody may like pink and wants a pink area. You would have to choose a pink. There are different shades of pink. You would have to choose a pink that resonates with the space.
Okay.
And that blends with other colors that are available there. You may not want to do a bright pink with a bright red, with a bright yellow in your living space. But then you could do a pink, a shade of pink with whites, with a lighter brown, with beige. They blend properly. And then, like I say, you host people in your space. So it's not all about you as well. It's about the person who is also coming into your space in making them comfortable. And also on the flip side, you are looking at the value of your home. you could either want to resell your house. You could use it for investment purposes by renting it out. All of those things add on to the value you add to your home. So then it's how you put the value to yourself, how you put the value to your tenants, how you put the value to the homeowner who is looking to buy your house. All of those things must be considered in what you do to your space.
So if a young girl goes into the home of a would-be partner and it's all painted black, the walls, the curtains black, are you saying it's a red flag?
It may be choices. I would not be excited about.
Let's say it to your chest. Don't worry, it's fine.
I think that if it's a would-be partner, you should be allowed to make some changes, right? It's black, dear. Why? Are you
people? Let's
go.
Dude, I need to visit your house. This black and red and black.
I think it's becoming an obsession.
It could probably be his space.
It probably is his space.
Actually not.
And then he's blaming it on the butcher boys.
My room is actually white. The walls are white. I have pink, pale pink curtains, right? So I think mine is properly lit up. I'll even lie to you.
Talk about white. It's actually one of the easiest color to maintain in any space. There's a notion of it gets dirty quickly or easily. But it's the easiest to actually clean.
Yeah.
Because then with a little bucket of white, you could clean up the dirt.
Even the paint, I'm able to clean it in a way,
Awesome.
with some material that I got from store.
Absolutely.
But how about for those with kids? Then it's not really the case, right? If you have a young family, you have kids growing up in your house, you definitely don't want to have a lot of white around.
Because then you may not want to be cleaning often. But then alternatively, if you are the person who do not want to have a lot of stains at every point in time, white is rather the option. Because in cleaning those stains, it's easier because the white blends into the other spaces that are already clean. But then when you have other colors, even like a cream color, a blue color, a yellow color, you could not paint a portion that is dirty. You would have to paint the entire part. That is where cost saving comes in.
Right.
So then you would have somebody having a white space that is very budget friendly than somebody wanted to have a blue space, because then you need more blue to be able to clean up the entire space. Alternatively, for kids, that's why there are other things. There are things like wallpaper, there are things like that other board that can be a barrier between the wall and where the kids play. Yes. And all of this, the color choices of these things affect the space.
What about lights and paint? What should I consider when buying paint with, the kind of lighting I have in the house?
Light is what brings out the color in your space. There are different kind of lights. It could be the warm, it could be the white light. Having a white light and a white wall could blend for other people. Some may want warm light with a white wall, so as then you can have that in-between effect that happens. Now, if you have a lot of color in your space, your mood will tell. Do you want a very bright space where you'd want lights that illuminates the entire space, so as when you get in, your mood is elevated?
Right.
Or you're looking to have lights that gives you the warm feel, where you walk in and then it calms you. Positioning of these colors in your space also is something that you need a professional to do, or you would have to go onto various spaces like apps to look at how positioning of certain colors affect you. Because you cannot enter your space and be met with something that does not resonate with your mood. Yours may be different, yours may be different, mine may be different. I would always go for the very minimalistic one and rather throw pop of colors around, so as then I'll be able to twist and turn depending on what I want, than it being the major factor that defines the room and then limits me on where and what to do in that particular space.
So there's some spaces when you enter, so like the walls will be white and then there'll be like a blue or a red or something,
a bit of character in a particular location. It's allowed if you like it. I may not go for that. I would do other things that would work. others may, because then it defines your space with a color you like. There are people who are obsessed with certain colors. In everything you do, you see a burnt orange. In everything they do, you see a pink. In everything you do, you see a red. In everything you do, you see a black and white. So that's where the Saddle boys and then the Moche boys come in.
I don't saying it. You know, so I have some messages for you here.
Well.
Vanessa from East Legon, and I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised when she's sending a message from. Please, my Kaneshi friends, please also send me messages.
Oh my word.
Let's read for you. He says, kindly ask Samira whether it's advisable to combine wallpaper and paint in my space. So that's the first one. This other message says, my bedroom is violet and blue, so you won't see my curtains and bed sheets when they are dirty. Actually, I have a feeling I know where I'm sending this message from, but I won't mention. Okay, this other one is talking about film. So these are the messages we have. Okay, this last one says, kindly ask Samira which colors are okay to use in the home with kids. So yeah, maybe you can start with combining wallpaper and paint in your space.
Yes, it's allowed. It's a feature that people like. There are different kinds of wallpapers. There are very thin ones, thick ones, a lot of patterns, just like we discussed when we were talking about the curtains. So you could have a very plain area, and instead of the color at one end, you'd rather use a wallpaper. This also allows you to be able to change it as and when you want it. There are two schools of thoughts. It could be expensive or it could be affordable.
The wallpaper?
Yes,
really? Depending
on, you know, painting is an art that is easier. Wallpaper is an installation. So then you have to take it off and put it back. They are all choices. People would want the kids to be able to scribble anywhere. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't really show. Moving to the second question, where the person has different colors and do not want it being visible. People would stay away from white, earth tone colors, because they do not want to be cleaning their spaces as often as somebody who would want to keep it very neat. You understand? So yes, but I would not advise a purple and a pink and a dark curtains in your space. You are suppressing your mood when you don't have to. Yes.
I think this question you've spoken about it already, but maybe very briefly says, which colors are okay to use in the home with kids?
They vary, but then I could choose a white, I could choose a dark color, depending on how you would want to clean up your spaces often. Yes.
Interesting. And the violet and blue, you said no.
I would want to see the shade of the violet and the blue before.
So to the viewer who sent that message, maybe you can send a picture, someone will look at it and advise appropriately. There's also this message that says that is it appropriate to use a paint mixture where you mix two or more colors to get a color of your choice, or to use a paint block, I'm not sure, maybe asking like a single color and for your space. I don't know if the message came out appropriately. Yeah.
Very well. So a mixture of color means two or more colors mixed together, to get a particular color. It's dicey in a sense that if you are not looking to be repeating that color, or you do not have definite measurements for mixing those colors, you may find yourself wanting in painting another part of it if something goes wrong, because then getting that again would be a challenge unless you have the right measurements used to re-get that color. Then you would rather want to go to paint vendors that have certain colors that you like, and then you can jump on particular colors only. Also, you could use one particular block color in your space. With that, it's easy. At every point in time, you are picking that particular color and then you are making it work.
It's funny, when you're about ending the show, that's when listeners,
all the questions
somebody's saying that my landlord painted my concrete floor instead of an agreed tiling of the floor before I entered my new place. Is it appropriate to leave it like that, or I should find a floor cover? I believe he says it was painted black.
Are we looking at indoor or outdoor? You know, when I was talking about flooring, I talked about the fact that there are various flooring types where exterior you could have concrete and then you have patterns in the concrete. Some homeowners would use paint. There are different kind of paints for those purposes to pave through it to minimize the wear and tear of how the concrete is going to turn out. Others come
The person is
inside.
typing, but go here.
Others come inside, let's say the bedroom. Instead of using tiles, they would want to then use maybe oil black paint because with that, then there's really not much the floor could do.
Yeah.
I would not advise
To use
that.
a black paint on your floor.
But then if it works for the person,
You've come with bombshells, really. Okay, it says that I'm tempted to use a carpet. I'm not really sure about this black paint on the floor.
well, then it depends. The type of carpets will tell. That people are allergic to different kind of carpets, like I mentioned earlier. So then you may want to reach out to a professional to be able to assist you with the process. Or go online and then
Black. Oh yeah. They have to reach out. So how do they do that?
oh, they go onto my social media. I'm Miss Sarah Raji on Instagram. I'm Samira Raji on LinkedIn. And then on my telephone number 0245 147-558. You could reach out to Jude or for my contact.
No
and
problem.
we'll show you.
You want to
Reach
take the
out
number
to me.
again?
0245 147-558. Yes.
Charlie,
Right,
and those who are
thank you.
painting their rooms black and red and something. Charlie, you're not a lesser god. Don't do that. You bring bring warmth into your space.
You like peace.
No, but I'm not mentioning anybody's name.
It's just under 10-15 minutes to have a tour in your house to be able to let you know what you could do differently. Sometimes it may not even come at a cost because you may not necessarily need to add on anything. It's just moving things around in your space and then
They are
that's
available to travel to look at the spaces for them.
Why not? Yes.
Interesting.
At the right price.
Thank you.
All right.
Samira, thank you so much. It's
you
always
for
a
having
pleasure
me.
to have you here.
Charlie, I know Rudy's
There's-
not happy.
there-
Rudy
what?
said your pictures. No, you is a butcher boy. Charlie,
The red and
he has
black.
sent me a
Rudy.
threat right now. So
Rudy, that's Jude. It's
Yeah,
all on
that's
Jude.
It's true.
It's all on Jude. I haven't mentioned any Butcher
Oh, Rudy,
or
Rudy, don't,
Akaka
Rudy,
or-
it's not-
I saw a
it's
blue.
not-
I saw a blue and white. I almost said Opokuwari, but I didn't mention any names.
Rudy,
So
it's not
I
that
said
deep. Just
Rudy
advise,
is
just
Jude.
advise your friends.
But there's
that
a
they
question
should
here.
calm
It
down.
says. It's not actually a question, it's a
comment.
Yeah, a comment. I got bullied hard by my teachers and students and it left me with mental scars. Ever since I started dealing with anxiety and depression, I started hating loud colors. I'd rather wear a white and be by myself. What bothers me is that I can't cry even when I'm hurting really bad. Music is what calms me down.
Charlie, so that means the color thing is serious.
Yeah, it's serious.
It plays on your mood,
Absolutely.
your
It's
emotions.
serious. It does.
It's serious.
Wow.
I know someone who just wears neutral colors.
Yeah.
They
You
don't
know,
do
I was telling you
colours.
about this thing I
Neutral.
was reading about how you are 16 times more likely to be taken serious in very
a
formal
white shirt,
settings
yeah.
if you're in a white shirt. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe we should do white
yeah,
shirts
so I started
tomorrow.
wearing white shirts to the office. Charlie, I didn't wear Fridays, I didn't wear white shirts. But I just say, no, Ghana people, that thing doesn't work on them like that. No, don't even mind you. But
A space of real estate where we sell homes. Definitely, when you are going to a space that has very loud colors in terms of the space, it feels as if there is something you are hiding behind that particular color.
okay.
So then that could also lead to the value of your home. Having very light colors in your space exposes everything available there.
Absolutely.
And that will tell that, okay,
Wow.
there's nothing really you're
Incredible.
hiding.
Right.
You know,
It's
I
nice.
never
Nice to know.
attune my mind to the
Color,
effects of color
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that